This month sees the launch of the Guide Dogs annual puppy appeal, with 1,300 puppies set to start their journey towards becoming fully trained assistance dogs. It's also the 93rd anniversary since the first Guide Dog partnership here in the UK. Since then, thousands of people who are blind or visually impaired have benefited from the help of their own dog. And recently, the charity has hosted special reading sessions where children with different sight loss conditions meet some friendly guide dogs in training and are encouraged to read to them using specially adapted books. Well, we have a session happening here with us today, but before we join them, I want to welcome Kerry Bevan, who is Head of Skills Information and Support Services at Guide Dogs. Good to see you, Kerry. So when we think of guide dogs, we think of getting a person from A to B, but there's more to it than that, isn't there?
Yeah, so guide dogs have been supporting people living with sight loss for over 90 years, and ultimately we want people to thrive. We want people to live actively, independently and well with their sight loss. And these values have underpinned all of the services that we offer. So while people often associate us with our guide dog service, we have a range of other services. Today we're looking at some of the services we have for children. Yeah, and tell us about this initiative helping children and young people with their reading. So our research tells us that there is a reading gap between sighted children and those with a visual impairment. So 78% of sighted children enjoy reading more than 60% of those with visual impairment. So children have reported that they feel more shy when reading aloud. So this initiative is about encouraging children to read aloud to dogs, hopefully boosting their confidence. And it's great for our dogs in training because it helps them to practice being calm in an environment, being around children, which lands them in good stead as we move forward. Yeah, there's some younger dogs there, so they're loving playing, aren't they? They never work with animals, they say. So let's just focus quickly on the books before we head over to the session. They're a little bit different, aren't they? They've got different size print. Is that what it's all about? Yeah, so there are 4 children registered as blind or partially sighted every day in the UK, and for us we want to make sure that visual impairment isn't a barrier to enjoying the magic that comes with reading a book. So the Customise initiative basically produces books that are in an accessible format for the child based on their preferences and needs. So that might be looking at font size, font style, page colour, and gives them the chance to relate to their peers, reading the books that they're enjoying in the way that's best for them. In 2023, we produced 6,500 books for children in the UK. That's great. Much as I'd love to hear you talk about the books, I want to get to the session because it looks like so much fun, Holly. Who have you got there? I'm having way too much fun. Yes, today we've got Imogen and Paisley and Anya here, who have been enjoying reading the Customise books to, well, our little special guests here, I think it's fair to say. Imogen, tell me about Jacob, first of all, Imogen. Who is Jacob?
He's a golden retriever and he's very beautiful and he really likes reading with me. Oh, does he? And he is your buddy dog, so yes, he's very important to you. He's very, very important and he always loves people. And tell me, badly. He is such a friendly boy, really is. He's been so good today. Yes, he is. Paisley, who have I got behind me here? Who's a little bit of a naughty puppy? Behind you, you've got one who is also a golden retriever. And sometimes he can be a bit cheeky. Yes, they are very cheeky, but they're all good friends here. Have they been very good at reading the stories too? Yeah. Do they listen very well? Yeah, I read to one last time a bit. They're very friendly, can I just say? And Anya, when you're reading out loud the books, do you find, is it quite hard sometimes? Because sometimes I don't like reading out in front of people. Yeah. So when you read to the dogs, does that help you? Yeah, because you know you're not actually reading to someone you don't know, but you're reading to someone that will listen, because dogs are always interested in everything. Have any of you got a favourite book? I do. What's your favourite? Probably about, there's a book about escape artists. Oh, really? Oh, they sound brilliant. They're so exciting. I've been hearing all about it. And Kerry, the appeal has been amazing. What are your hopes for this appeal this year? So we are a charity, ultimately, and while we're the largest assistance dog organisation in the world, we're the UK's largest
service provider for children and young people with visual impairment. We couldn't do what we do without the donations that we receive. So anybody can get involved, whether that's through fundraising, volunteering. There are lots of different opportunities available, whether that's your local fundraising events, sponsoring one of our amazing puppies to become a guide dog, or there's lots of volunteering opportunities. So some of these dogs are being looked after by our volunteer fosterers and our volunteer puppy raisers. So there's lots to get involved so that we can carry on with our mission to support as many people living with a visual impairment, children and adults alike, to live the life they choose.
Well, they have been such good boys. Thank you very much. And you three have been such good girls as well. Thank you so much for bringing them all in for us today. I think they deserve a treat. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much.